Hey guys, just got done watching Tales from the Darkside Season 1, Episode 23, The False Prophet, which aired on the 4th of August 1985 and was the last episode of Season 1. So it was directed by Gerald Kotz and the writers were Larry Fulton and Joel Selbo again. And it starred Ronnie Blakey, or Blakely, who was in The Mother in Nightmare on Elm Street, Justin Diaz, Anne Hillary, Bill Fleury, and Paul Sperrer as the narrator. And basically, it's about a chatty out-of-towner from Iowa who follows the advice of an astrology machine named Madam X on a bus to Lubbock, Texas to find a tall, handsome Sagittarius Cassie Pines, played by Ronnie Blakely, in rather usual weirdo characterizations. Stops off at a bus depot to eat a burger and is introduced by one of the owners to a new astrology machine, Madam X's son, Horace X. Horace X takes a shine to her, and when a smooth-talking, hands-on priest, Heath Jones, played by Justin Diaz, probably under disguise because he certainly is aggressive and touchy-feely, making the moves on Cassie, it isn't particularly happy. Heath has the confidence and swagger, knows what he wants and goes after it. So it is either Horace or Heath, a jealous machine that tells you your horoscope, or a lascivious priest who won't take rejection. Choices. Blakely fans will probably cherish her performance as a talkative, long-winded, bubble-headed, easily manipulated, flighty Midwesterner, completely wholly dependent on astrology for every aspect of her life, including tea leaves, tarot cards, you name it, she's addicted to it. She wants to know the future while Heath lives in the present and practically demands Cassie to be his girl. And he says it's his birthday because she's looking for somebody who's a Sagittarius on their birthday. This episode is just strange. It takes place entirely in the bus station and Blakely is the centre focal point of everything that happens. If you aren't part of the Blakely cult, this may not be to your liking. The twist regarding how Horace utilises Cassie's dependency on him for advice. She has to press her hand against a bright screen on the machine as the curtain closes behind her. To capitalise on his obsessive desire for her is more than a bit out there. So the one thing I learned from this episode really was that you should just follow yourself when it comes to the future. You shouldn't depend on things that are not real. You know, I mean, trusting in tarot cards, astrology machines, it can be addictive. And you see so many people that do it constantly and always do it, but it's kind of showing you that sometimes you need to follow your choice and not follow what other people are saying. Because if you always follow what other people tell you to do, you'll never follow the right path and thus you'll end up in the wrong situation. One of the worst parts about this episode was the ending. He always tells her to touch the screen and she touches it and the curtain shuts. This is after he electrocutes Heath. And Heath's out of it. I thought he was dead, but he isn't because he wakes up later. And later on he wakes up and it's daytime and he goes, oh, I must have been out for a few. And when he gets up, there's like a burnt ashes kind of thing on the floor of a woman. And you just hear Ronnie Blakely's voice in the background in the Horace X machine saying, basically, help me. And it's pretty scary and pretty silly at the same time. It's not the best episode by any means, and I wouldn't exactly recommend it, but it's better than a lot of them. It's a lot better than Mookie and Pookie and that, because it's actually got something to do with kind of horror. And I like it. I think everybody acts well. Justin Diaz is great as Heath. You really believe that he's one of those carefree, go with the moment people. And Ronnie Blakely is awesome in this as Cassie Pines as well. You really believe she can be manipulated. You believe that she's sad and desperate and needs other things to tell her what she needs to do and where she needs to do it. And it's a crazy episode. but it's also a really interesting episode. It's not one of the best, and it's not one you'll watch and then go back to multiple times, you know? It's one of those you'll watch once, and if you like Ronnie Blakey, you'll go back and you'll basically watch it again, but it's a very forgettable episode. So I'd give it a rating of a 3.5 because, like I said, I liked it, but it's forgettable, and it's an interesting premise, but I felt like the execution could have been so much better if they'd have maybe had a little bit more time. I think 20 minutes wasn't long enough for this kind of episode. So, as always, guys, thanks for watching, and if you haven't, please subscribe, and if you have, thank you, and please leave a comment down below, let me know what you think of this episode. Thanks for watching, guys, and take care.